right, now let's talk about what's going on, what's been going on for a year and the diesel situation. Now, the good news is for Volkswagen, and you know I'm a fan of the brand. I've owned mostly German cars and I've owned many Volkswagens. Your 1.8 liter engine that's in this car and the 1.4 that's come in the Jetta and hopefully will be coming to the Gulf line as well, because both of these engines are wonderful on power and torque, and they offer great economy with regular fuel. They couldn't have arrived at a better time considering what happened with the diesel situation. So you were seeing sales growth in gas anyway, right?
Absolutely. Our penetration of diesel actually was cut in half in a 5-year span, and that's directly attributable to the introduction of these much more efficient gas direct injection motors. Small displacement turbos that give you great power and great fuel efficiency at the same time. So we were seeing a downtrend in TDI penetration in our cars, and like you say, the timing was pretty good. We've been out of the diesel business now for
a year.
It's coming up on a year right now, so timing was good.
All right, now where are we with that? We're a month away from the U.S. Judge maybe giving the green light to the U.S. settlement. So where are we with Canada? I get lots of emails and I get interviews. People want to know. My dad's got this car, the Golf Sport Wagon TDI. I have an Audi TDI. Where are we in Canada?
Well, we're getting closer. I can say that much. Right now, negotiations, just as they took place in the United States, are underway in Canada. And I'd love to be able to tell you exactly what they're saying and exactly what state they're at right now, but we're under a publication ban. The judge has ordered that neither side can talk about this. All I can say is that we are very, very thankful to our dealers and our customers for their patience. They've been really supportive of us along the way, and we appreciate that the duress that this has put them under. And I can say this, we're going to solve this, and we're going to solve it quickly.
So do you think it's going to be U.S. settlement will come in October, and then the Canadian one will come shortly after?
That's exactly what I think is going to happen. Obviously, this all started out of the United States. They've been the lead, if you will, worldwide, because they
have the most stringent fuel emissions standards on it.
Absolutely. And a lot of what is going to be done and is being done in Canada is based upon what we're seeing and learning from the United States. So I think it's safe to assume that the U.S. will be finished in advance of Canada, but we won't be far behind. We want this to be concluded and resolved, and we want to take care of our customers as soon as possible. That's in our best interest. That's in their best interest. So thanks for your patience, and we're going to be solving this soon.
All right. Now, my big worry is that we're not going to be able to get diesels anymore. As a diesel TDI owner, which you're hopefully going to change the name if it does come back, is that I love the technology. I love the fuel economy. I love everything. I have a big Audi. Here we are in Seattle. I drove from Seattle back to Vancouver, 4 people in the car, full of luggage, hammering up the I-5. I got to my house, 6 liters per 100 kilometers. And I was maybe going a little over the speed limit.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little bit. That's the kind of fuel economy you get in a Corolla, right? So 6 liters per 100. Anybody that owns a TDI, you love the torque, you love the fuel economy, you love the fact you can go like 1,000 kilometers on one tank. Now we've got this emissions thing, but I want a diesel back.
And you're not alone, Zach. And I have to say the jury's still out on that one, both literally and figuratively. This is going to be something that we're going to work with the necessary regulatory bodies, and we're going to figure this out.
But you're head of North America. I can't remember the fella's name.
Mr. Webkin.
Yeah, he basically said he thinks that the TDI push in North America has sailed. You're going to be moving towards the electric push. Maybe the exception will be larger vehicles like the Touareg and other sort of Audi cars, right?
Well, as with the 1.4 turbo and the 1.8 turbo we have in our lineup now, we are looking at all different technology. The future, I believe, is electric.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to that.
I just drove the e-Golf today, and yeah, it's fantastic. But we have to make it deliver the same practicality as this car.
Absolutely. And these transitions, it's not like a light switch. It's going to be a series of steps. Whether or not diesel remains one of those steps, we're going to have to see. I'm a believer in the technology as well, But in order to get back to that level, we have to make some adjustments. Europe is still selling those cars. Whether or not and when we're going to be reintroducing it will be handled on a case-by-case basis. Rather than making a blanket statement and saying, oh, we're going to bring all the diesels back, I think that the powers that be will look at it and say, okay, it fits very well in this lineup.
I think it could, nobody has a small utility vehicle with a diesel. Like the Tiguan, when it comes next year with a 2-liter diesel engine, would deliver amazing torque to get a larger vehicle moving and wonderful economy, and I think it would sell well again. Canada, the penetration of diesel in Canada is way higher than it is in the United States, but we're a small market. And, whether it's BMW, Mercedes, Audi, or Volkswagen, you can't make a case to the head office in Germany unless you have the United States on board.
Absolutely. And there's going to be a lot of engineering effort that goes into this. And my fingers are crossed. As I said, I'm a believer, but it's got to be done right. It's got to be 100% perfect before that button is pushed. And again, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, now the one thing is, hopefully this settlement will come soon. The way you get out of a problem is product. 100%. And you have a new product now with the All-Track. The all-wheel drive in Canada in the sport wagon line is going to be great. If you could get it into the regular Golf, that would be great. If you get the 1.4-liter engine in the Golf, that would be great. But product is going to get people excited. So you have new stuff. So give us a quick not moonshot. I'm saying the next 12 months, you've got some new stuff coming.
The next 12 months, Zach, are probably the most exciting 12 months that Volkswagen
But this
has
is
seen.
planned years ago, right?
Absolutely.
This is long before last September.
Absolutely. And everything is going to be bearing fruit. Starting this fall, we're going to be launching this all-track and sport wagon with all-wheel drive. Not going to be. The trucks are on the way.
Yeah.
We've got trucks arriving at our dealerships within the next 3 weeks, so you'll be able to see these cars, to touch these cars, and hopefully to buy these cars in the next few weeks. That's step number one. We're really excited by that. We've got a large sport utility coming. I say large. Down here in the States, they call it a mid-size. It's a large sport utility.
So we're talking 3-row, 7-passenger.
7-passenger.
Like a Highlander size.
You got it. You got
Pilot.
You got 6-foot tall adults that sit comfortably in the third row of this car. In the third row. Now, and not only that, but unique seating that allows you to get to that third row. Because it's no good to have the space back there if you got to climb over a seat to get to it. We've got a solution, a very elegant solution in place that's going to make this car to be a true utility vehicle, one that you can get into and out of quickly, that's still got a lot of carrying capacity, and is going to drive great. It's going to give you the attributes that you expect from a Volkswagen. That's going to be arriving in the spring, and it's going to be produced at the same factory in Chattanooga where we deliver our Passat out of right now.
Now, we haven't seen the official unveiling. We have seen the Blue Motion concept.
Correct.
So when is it going to be unveiled? Detroit?
We are going to be showing it for the first time in November at the LA Auto Show, and it just might happen that, say, a week or two before that, maybe the veil gets slipped off the car for a few pictures. You never know what you're going to see. I wouldn't be surprised to see that car a couple of weeks beforehand. And that's not all, because shortly after the BSUV launches next in the spring, we've got the all-new Tiguan. Tiguan, as you mentioned earlier, is migrating to the MQB platform. That's the same platform that's under this car right here. It's going to be moving to our plant in Puebla. We've got a brand new line set up there, and it's going to be getting bigger. You've driven the car already, and you loved it. This one that you're going to get in North America.
I hit a tree, though.
You hit a tree. Hopefully not very hard.
When we were in Sweden, we had the slalom course, and I slipped. Well, I didn't really hit a tree. I went into a snowbank.
It was a little tree.
It was a tiny tree.
Okay, tiny tree.
So we flew all the way to Sweden to drive the Tiguan in the winter, and it was fun. They had the slalom course.
And you hit a tree.
I hit a snowbank, but it was all in good fun. But this is a great product. I mean, I think that this new Tiguan is going to put you right in the meat of the market if you can price it properly. But you're going to be making it in Mexico, so it comes in under NAFTA, no external duty, so that's good.
Exactly, that's going to benefit us in pricing, and as well, something I should mention. Compared to the one you drove in Sweden, this one's going to be a little bit bigger. It ends up being probably about, let's say, 17 centimeters longer in wheelbase than the existing Tiguan.
It's 110 millimeters longer in the back seat than the than the other one, right?
Exactly. And what we've done is we've increased the space in the back seat and increased the luggage space. Because if our current customers told us anything, it was that they'd like the car just a little bit bigger. So we've made it just a little bit bigger. We're still going to have the utility of that sliding second row where the seat can actually move up and back, which is handy. However, we're also going to make a third row seat available. Not nearly as big as our B SUV, but for families, say, that occasionally need extra space to take the kids to soccer practice, maybe pick up the grandparents along with the kids and stuff, you're going to be able to have this compact sport utility that gives you a little bit more space for passengers, and at times when you don't need it, those seats fold into the floor and you've got your luggage space back.
Because there's only a couple of players that do that. I think Rogue and Mitsubishi Outlander are the only two that have that third row option, so that's good. All right, so that's how you get past the diesel thing, is new product, get people excited about the brand. But this is a cloud that's going to be over your brand for a long time, so you got to earn it. You got to work every day to earn it.
Absolutely. We're going to be burning the midnight oil for the years to come, because we know we have to reestablish our customers' trust, and we'll do it with product, and we'll do it with service, and we'll do it by taking care of those customers, by making sure that when they make a decision to buy a Volkswagen, they feel good about it. Not just the day they buy, but in the years following, and that they feel comfortable recommending them to their friends.
All right, good luck, Thomas. All-Track arriving now. Good luck with it.
Thanks, Zach.